Elite Facts presents
10 Outstanding Uses of Virtual Reality.
10.
Treating PTSD. One of the most surprising features about VR is the fact that it's become a prominent asset with medical advancements, both physical health and mental health. One of the biggest advancements VR has helped with is the treatment of post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD for short. Traditionally, doctors use exposure therapy to treat the nearly 8 million adults who suffer from PTSD a year. What exposure therapy does is it pushes patients to recount their traumas, visualize it in their imaginations, and attempt to explain it to the doctor as it's happening as they experience the stressful scenario. Now, virtual reality is essentially the same method, but using the capabilities of VR, this allows the doctors to create virtual worlds for these patients with custom elements. These custom elements, for example, can be things like adding in helicopters, machine guns, and missiles to help heighten the experience of what triggered their PTSD in the first place. It sounds harsh, but it's all a part of the healing process, as this method has proven to show results in helping those with PTSD.
9.
Used for viewing homes. So in all honesty, it's still better to go and see the house for yourself before putting a down payment on it, but this option of being able to use a VR headset to view potential new homes from the comfort of your current home is incredibly handy. Before VR, this was actually an option, but in the form of virtual 3D tours, which don't have nearly the same effect as the VR alternative, as VR literally puts you in the house itself, so you can get a wider scope of the building before deciding whether or not it's worth purchasing. Again, although it's not necessary, it's still a useful thing to have if you don't have time to visit the house itself and want to get a closer look without wasting your time looking at crappy VR tours and photos taken from obscure angles.
8.
Treating pain. As we mentioned, VR is pretty much a major player in the world of medicine and has proven to help those with both psychological pain and physical pain. As unlikely as the latter scenario seems, research has proven that VR can help those suffering from most forms of physical pain. This method is known as distraction therapy. Doctors are using distraction therapy through virtual reality to help people handle pain while they undergo treatments such as physical therapy. A 2011 study on military burn victims revealed that Snow World, a VR game that allows users to throw snowballs at penguins while listening to Paul Simon, has proven more effective than morphine in pain management. How crazy is that? Considering morphine is the most common thing used with pain relief, that is simply impressive. In 2017, UK researchers tested VR on patients undergoing dental treatments and found its use in simulating a coastal scene reduced both experienced and recollected pain compared with no VR. This doesn't work with all scenery, however, as it proved ineffective when displaying a more urban scenery.
7.
Training medical students and new employees. Okay, so training new employees can be a handful. Well, look no further than VR to help train the newbies. Walmart has already jumped on this bandwagon as they are already using virtual reality to train its store employees. Partnered with virtual reality startup Strive VR, Walmart uses virtual reality technology at its training academies to help employees experience real-world scenarios. Employees can experience a holiday rush or a mess in an aisle and learn how to effectively respond and handle these events. Along with this, VR is also commonly used when training medical students. I know, being trained at Walmart and being trained as a medical student couldn't be any further apart, but they're both kind of the same process, so it just goes to show that VR headsets are ideal when it comes to training and teaching.
6.
Helping users deal with anxiety. So we think it goes without saying that anxiety is a horrible condition to have. Anxiety is a feeling of unease, such as worry or fear, that can be mild or severe. Everyone has feelings of anxiety at some point in their lives. For example, you may feel worried and anxious about sitting at an exam or having a medical test or job interview. Although it doesn't sound so bad, there's a lot of people who suffer with worse cases of anxiety than others, so much so that it almost controls them. A simple slip-up up at work could easily trigger them, and it's difficult to explain the actual feeling of anxiety, but take our word for it, it's awful. Research has shown that more than 40 million adults in the US experience anxiety. The virtual reality game Deep, a digital version of a diaphragmatic exercise, looks to help those individuals deal with fear and anxiety with the use of a belt that monitors breathing. The game puts the user into a natural setting and guides them through deep belly breathing exercises, calming users in about 5 minutes.
5,
Makes architecture easier to view. As you could probably imagine, virtual reality is actually a fantastic asset when it comes to the production of architecture. Virtual reality will benefit key players in the construction space, such as architects and designers. The tool allows a user to virtually inhabit spaces in 3 dimensions. Eventually, computer-generated images will replace hand-drawn renderings, ultimately reducing time spent reworking layouts and drawings, effectively reducing costs and increasing safety. On top of this, it gives the designer a better look at what they're making, allowing them to make more substantial adjustments to their designs rather than having to erase the hand drawings. Simulating the real world will not only allow designers to more easily create buildings and spaces, from lighting to flooring to foundations, but it also lets designers test out environments before actually building them. For example, they can realistically understand how quickly someone is able to get to an exit in the building in the case of an emergency.
4,
Perfect for car safety testing. So, much like architecture, VR gives car engineers the ability to not only get a better look at the product and how it functions, but also to test the safety of vehicles in a virtual setting before actually manufacturing them. Aside from the building process, large car companies such as Ford, Volvo, and Hyundai use virtual reality in sales as well, by having potential customers use a VR headset to test drive vehicles.
3,
Planning holidays. You'll soon be able to try before you fly destinations through virtual reality. Travelers looking to book their next trip can observe a destination, hotel, or city to see what it has to offer. For example, patrons in a UK mall were able to experience a helicopter flight around New York City or a boat ride around the Statue of Liberty. And if you can't afford a virtual reality headset like the Oculus Rift of the HTC Vive, and you can't afford the tickets to book the holiday, we're terribly sorry. Hopefully this will be a regular feature at your local travel agency.
2,
Helps with paralysis. This one is probably one of the most amazing uses of virtual reality technology. So, following a year-long study conducted by Duke University, it's been discovered that VR could be a potential aid in curing paralysis. Patients wearing VR headsets tasked to move through a stadium as a soccer player were able to regain some brain functions associated with moving their legs. Of the 8 patients tested, each regained some control, and 4 were upgraded from full paraplegics to partial paraplegics.
1,
Helps children and teens with autism. Professors at the University of Texas in Dallas have created a program that uses virtual reality to help children with autism develop social skills. This program put kids of all ages, ranging from teens, toddlers, to young adults, into social scenarios such as job interviews or blind dates with avatars. It's here where they learn how to pick up on social cues and respond appropriately. By monitoring brain waves throughout the program, professors noticed increased activity in areas connected to social understanding. And that's our list. Did we leave any out? Let us know in the comments below, and please remember to subscribe and tap the bell button to be notified when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more Elite Facts.